Watch this video, but don't be a D-bag. Don't be a D-bag. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything Diddy drama. It is day 18 of the trial against the disgraced music mogul, and we're wrapping up another week. But yesterday, Jane took the stand. That is not her real name. She is testifying under a pseudonym, and Jane was Diddy's most recent girlfriend, or one of them, and also a victim of his, according to her. A lot of D-bags yesterday have been doxing Jane, even in the comments of my videos. I think I understand the reasoning. Some folks just get off on knowing information that others don't. It's a way of bragging. Or there could be other reasons. Whatever they are, gross. Stop. Please. We should be thanking Jane and Mia, another anonymous woman that testified, and every single person that has taken the stand to speak the truth to power and money, which helped to shield this monster from accountability for decades. But no more. Justice is coming. And Jane is back on the stand today. And if for whatever reason you want to know an accuser, a new woman has come forward and named herself. Cassie Steininger is an Austrian journalist, a respected media personality. She claims in disturbing detail that back in 2000, Diddy sexually assaulted her. You can read all about that now on my website. And in New York City, Jane's testimony today was so explosive that she was the only witness called to the stand. She had a lot to say, so let's get into it. Jane began her testimony today by sharing about a trip she took with Diddy to Las Vegas, where I live, back in 2023. It's interesting to note the change in language. Thus far, we have talked a lot about the freak-offs, but there came a point where Diddy, who used to refer to them as freak-offs with Cassie, stopped calling them that. Instead, it got a rebrand. With Jane, they were called hotel nights. She told the jury that in Vegas, she had sex with an entertainer. Entertainers were other men that she would have sex with, and Diddy would direct everything. Jane says that Combs used the term freak to refer to her, sometimes by saying he wants his freak. She said it meant that Diddy wanted her to be wild and sexual. Jane was asked what protection she and Diddy used during their hotel nights. She said none, because he did not want it. Jane said she asked at least twice if the entertainer could wear condoms. The second time she asked was at a Miami hotel. She said, and he responded almost incensed and guilt-tripped her. He said he didn't want to see a rubber while he was watching. Jane testified that Diddy would ignore her subtle cues that she wanted to stop these hotel nights. She said that she would tell him she was tired or hungry, or make gestures and facial expressions indicating that she didn't want to continue. Combs, she said, would tell her to keep going and finish strong. Asked by a prosecutor why she didn't tell him directly that she wanted to stop, Jane said, I don't know. And then she started crying loudly in the courtroom today. Oh my God. And then a hotel night, aka freak off video, was shown in court to the jury. In the press room, they were only able to hear audio from the hotel night video. And the press says in the recording, you could hear Jane ask a male escort to use a condom. The escort agrees before Combs can be heard walking into the room. Jane's voice cracks, saying, "You promised." Then Diddy apparently refuses the request, telling her, "You are just taking that." Jane told the jury, "I just understood that my request was going to be denied." Jane told the court that Diddy would give her a lot of ecstasy to stay awake during the freak-offs. She said she would take multiple doses per session, which could last from 18 hours to several days. Jane testified about one incident in which she had sex with another man for 18 hours. Diddy then left after the encounter, which made Jane cry. Quote, "I just went through all that and was feeling terrible that he was going to leave me alone." Jane said that Diddy didn't like when she tried to speed up the encounters. "He didn't like that. He asked me to slow things down and do more foreplay." Jane testified that when she would have sex with an entertainer, he would end with him finishing on me, meaning release his spooge all over her body. Then Jane and Diddy would have sex without cleaning up the gunk. And that's what he wanted. Another guy's DNA is way hotter for him than baby oil. Wow. Jane testified that a typical hotel night involved multiple entertainers. After intercourse with the entertainer and Diddy, she says, "I would just take a shower and get ready for the next one." A typical hotel night would include 3 rounds of this kind of sex, according to Jane's testimony. Who decided how many rounds? The prosecutor asked her. Sean, she testified. Who decided if you could stop when you were tired? The prosecutor asked. Jane then started to cry again and responded, Sean. Did you ever cry after one of these hotel nights? The prosecutor asked. Jane said yes, recalling 2 instances. The first time Jane told the court she remembered crying was when she thought she and Diddy were having a one-on-one date night. She testified she remembered Diddy telling her that there would be an entertainer, but just for a little bit. I hung on to those words, just a little bit. Asked how Combs reacted, Jane told the jury, he said, "Are you crying?" and almost looked disgusted with my face. Jane recalled another incident on a night she was blacking out a lot, acknowledging her memory was spotty. After going to a hotel and having sex with an entertainer named Paul, she remembered crying in the shower with Diddy. "Don't do that right now. I'm high. I can't see that right now. I'm too high," he told her. Asked who did most of the work during the freak-offs, Jane said through tears, "Me. It was just all me from start to finish." She says, "I'd try to have sex with them as soon as I could, rushing so that it could get back to being just her and Diddy. But he didn't like that. She really cared for him. Him, not so much her." And she still has much more to say. Another video coming up soon, but until then, let's discuss all in the comments.